All right, hi everybody. This is Richard Johnston here, University of Windsor track and field and cross country team manager. I'm here with Nick Falk
Hey.
and Fraser Kegel.
Hi.
We're going to take you around the Windsor Open course at Malden Park, being hosted on September 27th, 2014 this year.
So this is the start of the race. All the teams will be lined up in this nice mowed, pristine field.
It's about 150 meters from the start line to the course bottlenecks to about a three-person wide trail.
150 meters or 44 Zambonis for our Canadian viewers. You can follow along with our little map up there on the right, which is made on Google Earth, Rich.
Yep.
Accompanied by paint.
Maybe a little bit.
Malden Park's about 175 acres and it features the highest hill in Windsor, Essex County. So crossing the couple paved paths here, we're going to enter into the more narrow trail of the beginning of this race, a couple meters wide.
Take a quick right once a little bit after the bottleneck, and there's a short, steep hill here at the beginning. Get the blood flowing.
Yo-yo ma.
Naturalized biking and cycling trails wind up and down the hills and through paved and wood chip trails of Malden Park.
So going up this little biter of a hill, it's about 50 meters long, but it's quite steep, so it'll get you going. And at the top, we're going to hang a quick Randy, and we'll explore more of Malden Park. Rich is slowing down here because it's a little steep hill. Rich, how did you film this course?
Oh, I filmed it on a Trek and using a GoPro.
A what?
GoPro.
A GoPro.
A GoPro.
Wow.
GoPro with
What?
GoPro.
So GoPro, if you're listening out there, sponsorship.
Perhaps.
GoPro.
We need it.
Slight downhill here.
So this is for the men, an 8K course.
Yes.
For the women, a 6K course.
So the men will begin with a 3K loop, which on our map in the top right is the blue loop with the yellow loop. The yellow loop is about 500 meters, so the blue loop is 2.5K. They'll do the 3K and then two 2.5K loops, whereas the women will just run two 3K loops.
Most of the course here is going to be on grass trails like this. We cross over some paved paths, just like 150 meters into the start, and a couple gravel trails, but most of the time you'll be running on the terrain like such as this.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No. So we're going to make a quick right here and go down a half gravel, half grass little part of the trail here. Make a little S curve and then head up the big hill. Oh, she's a mad scientist, Jerry.
The Big Hill, nicknamed the Terminator by the Windsor clan.
Rest in peace.
It's about 300 meters.
It's about 850 meters from the start line to the base of the hill. So, as we mentioned, getting out is pretty important because it narrows pretty quickly. All this will be trimmed, of course.
We'll trim it right up.
And about halfway up the hill is the 1K mark. We'll let you know when that is. Some nice amenities that Malden Park has to offer are a naturalized concert center, hiking and walking trails, ponds and toboggan hills.
Awesome.
Picnic areas with tables and barbecues.
Tables, too?
And barbecues. Cook your meat. Oh, an open fire.
Malden Park used to be a landfill.
In 1811, they converted it into a nice grassy area.
After the mayor, General Custard.
General Custard ordered
deemed it fit.
The condensed bill. So we're approaching the 1K mark, about halfway up the big hill.
You can tell the Rich on his bike's getting a bit slower because this is probably the steeper part of the hill. Rich biked this whole thing out. He's quite the trooper with his GoPro.
His GoPro.
Catch that GoPro?
GoPro. And we're heading out into the part of the big hill that sort of levels off.
I think did we pass? No, here's the
right
1K.
Here. The 1K is that the little thing to the left.
So if you've been following along on your map in the top right, that first 1K marker we just passed, and nearing the top of the Terminator.
This course has never been run before, this specific course, but other races have been run in Malden Park. We'll get to those in a minute. So the course record is up for grabs for any fierce competitors that wish to grab hold and get it out there. So now we're going down. It looks like it's paved, but it's actually just loose gravel.
You want to avoid the people.
Yeah. So to the left, right there, is the yellow loop, and you'll do a 500-meter loop if you're doing the 3K loop, which both men and women are.
It's fairly rolling.
It's got a couple decent little hills, so
Little kicks.
it'll get you going. Um, so right now, if you were running the yellow loop, you'd be kind of running back towards the camera off in the distance, straight ahead, and then you would merge with the camera view and head down this hill here. Nick, why don't you tell us a little bit about this hill?
Well, this is probably the most aggressive downhill portion of the park,
Mm-hmm.
of the course. So, good footing though, but you're going to pick up some speed. You can see Rich is getting some good speed there.
Good speed there.
It's probably about 75 meters.
75 to 100.
Yeah, or about 25 hockey sticks.
About half a furlong for those.
Had light out.
Yep.
Oh,
And now it's sunny.
fickle weather in Windsor.
So now we're gonna head right on the right hand side of this paved path. It looks very narrow, but Rich.
We're gonna look into widening this side of the path, the right hand side, so that more people can run along it and remove any stones there. But if not, maybe put down some mats. But hopefully we'll clear it up a bit so people aren't running on the paved trail.
It will all be trimmed.
I think we're nearing that second 2K, or that first 2K marker.
That'll be for the 3K loop.
Yeah.
Oh, we just passed it. That would have been on the paved trail.
Mm-hmm.
So Malden Park is host to quite a few cross country meets a year. The University of Windsor hosts high school Thrill on the Hill meet, as well as the Wexa and Swassa championships are hosted here at Malden Park. Back in 1997-98, the OUA championships were hosted here, and we were happy to host them. And maybe in the near future, we'll be able to host a couple more championships.
Yep. See the lots of portions of this course. There's high grass on either side and lots of turns. So you can imagine if you're running this, you may often lose sight of the person ahead of you, or they might lose sight of you if you're ahead of them. So maybe a bit of strategy there.
Just don't go into the long grass.
Stay out of the long
Stay
grass.
out of the long grass. It's clouded over again.
Yeah, magical clouding there.
It happens.
Windsor's thunderstorm capital of Canada, I believe.
I think they're almost the capital of the world. There's a couple of cities in Argentina and one in Peru that experience more thunderstorms. But Windsor, I think, is the fourth highest lightning struck area in the world.
But don't let that deter you.
So now if you're running the 2.5K loop, so the women won't run it, but the men will run it. Their second and third loops will be the 2.5K loop.
It's right around here, the 2K mark.
The 2K mark is right here. Yeah.
So that second 2K loop along the bottom of the map, along the expressway, currently under construction.
Only at that exit.
And that's Gary Malloy there in the blue.
Gary Malloy, the head coach for the University of Windsor cross country team.
He's got a dog.
Loman.
Loman, the golden retriever.
Just had a birthday.
Happy birthday, Loman.
Happy birthday, Loman.
Shout out to Loman the dog.
Loman, no.
Loman, no.
We're going to make a right-hand turn here, and we're going to enter the, if you're following along on the map, just past the second 2K label, there's that right angle. That's where we're heading. We're heading back toward the start-finish area.
This is the second hilly portion of the course.
Second major hill, yeah.
Not as intense as the Terminator.
Nope.
But then again, it is going to be at the end of the course, so it might feel worse.
If the first hill was like a Urukai, this hill is like an orc.
Exactly.
That will be trimmed.
That will be trimmed.
This hill starts out pretty gradually, and as we'll see coming up, it steepens up. So as the third loop and the second loop, and it'll be challenging to compete with this hill near the end of the race.
It's a challenging course.
It's a little plateau here, and then we go into another little steep section of this this other hill.
Is it a good example of where you might lose sight?
Somebody, yeah,
Someone?
making a quick surge around the corner and gapping them.
So at this point on top of this hill, probably about maybe 300 meters
About 300 meters.
from the finish, from that red start on the map there.
So this is, I'm not sure if it's easy to tell, but it's a downhill. It's a considerable downhill, so you got some speed to hammer home. And you can see off in the left, there's that field that you started in and that you'll finish in.
It's a mulch.
This is some mulch. So Rich is getting some good speed on his Trek bike with his GoPro.
GoPro.
And you'll make a quick left turn, and if you're finishing the race on the map, you'll make another left turn and head down the finish chute. It'll all be labeled day of race. And if you're not finishing, you'll just make a right near that soccer net and continue on with your loops.
This is downhill. This portion, I think we mentioned that.
Downhill, yes. And then the quick downhill. And then either left for the finish or right to keep going.
I think that pretty much sums up the loops.
That's the course there, boys.
Good job, Rich. Nice biking.
Thank you.
And thanks to GoPro.
Thank you, GoPro. So hope to
Right.
see you guys on the 27th.
See you there.
Just go.
All right, everybody. It's Rich.
There. We'll start that. Typical
Good,
Italian.
right here.
Hey, better swing.
Yo-yo ma.